To sports now, in day 2 of the Australian Open Tennis Grand Slam now underway. Defending champion Novak Djokovic battled through his longest ever first round match, beating an 18-year-old Croatian qualifier in 4 sets. On the women's side, coming off her U.S. Open victory, Coco cruised through to the second round. Hall of Fame tennis coach and author Rick Macci joins us now, also a friend of the show. Rick, good to have you with us. So let's start off on the men's side with Djokovic. He said yesterday's match was like playing myself in a mirror. That's high praise from the Joker. What did you make of his performance? Can anyone stop him from getting an 11th title at the Australian Open?
Well, first off, I think this guy has a lot of potential, Joe. I don't know what you think, but no, he's the ultimate sportsman. I love how he complimented the 18-year-old. It's the first Grand Slam. It's a little tricky, but at the end of the day, he got the W. You know, you got to remember, if we back the truck up, this guy has 24 Grand Slams, 10 Australian, 7 Wimbledon, 4 U.S. Open, 3 French, 98 singles titles, and he's been number 1 407 weeks in 13 years, 83% winning percentage. So he is the guy to beat, but once he gets into these tournaments, 3 out of 5, that's definitely his calling. He is the billion-dollar tennis player, and I just co-authored a book, with Dr. Niver, Harvard graduate, billion-dollar mind, but he is the epitome of mental strength.
If anyone can beat him, who do you think it is?
Well, you can lose to anybody anytime, but it's probably going to be Alcaraz or Sinner. Yannick Sinner, the Italian stallion, he's in his draw, so they could meet in the semis. Alcaraz, he's on the other half. So Sinner is the guy because he's beaten him before, and if you've been there, done that, that gives you a lot of confidence.
All right, on the women's side, a little more comfortable in the first round for American hopeful Coco Gauff. How impressed were you by her game? Can she do it again? Can she win another Grand Slam here?
She definitely can do it again. She's been on fire since the summer. She's won 30 out of 34 matches. She has a lot of confidence. You know, she was a little nervous in the first round, like everybody. But remember, she's 19 years old. And that's what people forget about her. She has a tough draw, a lot of tough matches, but she can do it because she's an Olympic sprinter with a racket in her hand. If she hits a bad shot, she has enough speed to get there and produce quality off of quality.
I forgot that too. She's 19 years old. It's incredible what she's accomplished already. So, Rick, we've talked about some of the big names in the tournament. Is there anyone else you're keeping an eye on, watching out for, someone who might be ready to step up into the spotlight here?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Sofia Kenin, who I actually coached, the scariest little creature I ever coached at age 7, she actually plays Iga Swiatek in the first round. Iga is the clear favorite, but Sofia has a shot. And then the defending champion, Sabalenka, she won it last year. She's dangerous. And you also got to look at Rybakina. She had about 455 aces last year. She's definitely a contender. So those are the ones to definitely keep an eye on.
It amazes me when you say you've been coaching someone since they were 7 years old. I mean, what does that look like? And just what does that say about their ability at such a young age?
Well, Kenin, just like I saw in the Williams sister, they kind of had that mental box checked. It was different. But Sofia, I had a lot younger, and she had that already checked. She could just plug in. And when you already have the mental part, and you can get that later, because the brain, it reasons later on in life. Serena didn't have that, but it was amazing. I mean, she was locked and loaded and ready to launch. And I even said at age 7, this little girl's going to win a Grand Slam someday. And she did win the Australian 2 years ago.
Wow, incredible. I still don't have that checked. All right, Rick Macci, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate having you on.
Good to see you, Joe.
All right.